So today I'm going to show you how to make a mojo bag. A mojo bag is something that you create yourself just out of little scraps of material. So it's good for kind of using up those bits of stuff that you keep for some reason and you never know why, and now's the reason why. I have this lovely bag that's also from Georgia. I mentioned Georgia yesterday, and this is where I keep all my magical scraps of material. And I also have a little sewing bag. So this, I've got my scissors, little sewing bag which has the needle and thread in it. And then this is just full of scraps of material and bits of paper for drawing sigils on. Keep it in there. And then the other thing that's great about mojo bags is it's a way of clearing all those funny little things you keep, like seeds or bits of stone or a bit of confetti you pick up from a wedding. Like all these funny little things that you just pick up because you're a bit of a magpie and for some reason they attract you. You keep them all in here, and then you'll find that they'll be relevant for your intention for that month, and so you'll put them in your bag. I learned how to make mojo bags in Lisa Lister's book Witch, that I highly recommend, and this is how she taught me to do it, but it might be that there are other ways of doing it, but this is just the way I do it. Again, with all these things, this is a starting point, and then you go off and do whatever you want with them. I have this lovely cardigan. It's my yummy warm cardigan. I don't know if you know the word huggy, but it's a Danish word which means just lovely and cosy and, well, it's like as it sounds, like huggy. And this is my huggy cardigan, and I only wear it in the winter. And this is my mojo bag for the year. So each year I make one with my intention for the year and I sew it into here. But something that's really important with mojo bags is to make sure you write down in your mirror book or your journal why you've created that bag and what's in it. So then you remember what the intention is, and then you can check in. It's a bit like doing New Year's resolutions. It means at the end of the year I can check in with what my intentions were for the year and how that panned out. So this is my 2020 mojo bags, very much about love. So this I will forget about over the summer, and then I'll come back to it in the winter and find it there again, and it's like, oh yeah, that's my intentions. Every dark moon you go in. So the dark moon is about letting yourself just collapse and die, like fall backwards into the arms of the universe and let the universe just hold you. So it's not about doing, it's not about high magic or action, it's about surrendering and just letting yourself sink. And one of the things that's wonderful about the female cycle and the monthly cycles, it teaches us every month to just stop. And that's what's happening in the world at the moment, is we're just being forced to stop. And we don't do that. Everything's like foot down on the accelerator and just like, and it just feels like the freight train has stopped at last. We've been told to rest, and this is really important. And once a month we're told to rest, with when we bleed in our periods and also when we stop with the dark moon. And it's a great time to try and allow yourself time to stop, because everyone else is doing the same, they just don't realise it. If you're aware of it, then you can kind of tap into that, because everyone else is actually doing it. You'll get less emails, you'll get less phone calls, people will hassle you less over the dark moon than they will over the full moon. So once you're aware of it, it's quite a useful thing to tap into, because you can take advantage of it. So the dark moon was on Tuesday, and I was in ceremony with a group of women online. If anyone wants to join my ceremonies, then you can do that if you find me on Facebook. I'll put the link under this post, and you can join with the live ceremonies. So this was the mojo bag that I made for the dark moon, and again it's got a heart on it, and the intention for this bag is a loving and compassionate world. And I said in my last post about how to make a sigil that this is what my intention is now, because I think when I imagine what I would like the world to be like, what lesson I want us to learn from what is happening at the moment is for us to be more loving and compassionate. So if we lived in a world like that, that would make me really happy. It's just made of scraps of material that I've found around the house. So this red material was from my wedding, which was 10 years ago nearly now. This green material was from us making some costumes where they were leaves. So this is a leaf, and it's spring, so it's kind of celebrating the time of year. And then the heart here is from some material that my friend wrapped my birthday present in two years ago, and I love it. It's really beautiful, so I've been using that, and that's set on a round piece of felt. Inside I've got some leaves. There's a bit of tea tree leaf sticking out here. There's some leaves and herbs that were given to me in Australia, where I've just been, and they remind me of people being really loving and kind, because they were a family who invited us in for a barbecue and looked after us. So that was loving kindness and compassion that was shown to us in Australia. And then there's a little heart in there. And what else did I put in there? Feeling it. So I can feel, oh, and yeah, and then I put a little note in saying love and compassion. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of this rose oil on my bag. I'm going to put them in the middle of the heart there, which means I'll also smell nice, because this is going to be sewn into my top. And then to wake the magic, you tap the bag 3 times and then breathe into the bag. And when you do this, imagine the intention. So mine is a loving and compassionate world. So now the magic has been woken up in this, and I'm going to now sew this into a top that I wear all the time. I'll get my needle and thread, and I'll just tack this very lightly onto my label. Now you don't want to sew it on tight, because the idea is that it's going to come off. So you don't want to get too attached to them, but it's quite good because it's about learning to let go and not be attached to things. That's really important in life in general. It's just a good life lesson. But also it's a gift to the universe. You know, you've created something really beautiful and you're letting it go and you're sharing it with the universe. And imagine how wonderful it is for whoever finds this to be like, what the hell is that? And like, you know, they can't get into it. And then if they do get into it, it's got all these weird random objects in it. So I just love the idea of people finding mojo bags. At the end of the month, if the bag hasn't fallen off, then you're meant to burn it or bury it. But a lot of the materials that I have saved and that I use are artificial material and, you know, like made of plastics and things. And I don't really feel comfortable burning them or burying them. So my habit is, instead of doing that, I hide them around the place. So in junk shops especially. So I hid one in a junk shop in Norwich, and I put one in a like a really cool retro shop in Australia. So I just think there's something so fun about the idea of someone finding it, and just that bit of wonder and magic as someone tries to work out what the hell is that. So now that's just tacked on to my label, and it will hopefully come off. So they're really wonderful. It's a way of, you know, focusing each month and kind of making mini, like you do a New Year's resolution each year, this like monthly resolutions for what you want to grow. And then there's something nice about observing how as the year grows, the intentions grow as well. So if you set your intentions like as a New Year's resolution that you set in the winter, each month you see how they develop. And this works in conjunction with the land growing, you know, the spring and nature waking up and life happening. And it's just really nice to sort of follow that, and it stops it being so pressured. It's not like, oh, New Year's resolution, bang, now that's happened, I've got to do this, I've got to learn to do this, I've got to do that. It's like, no, it's in little stages, incremental stages, and this allows you to just check in each month with how your seed that you planted at New Year is growing, and it's growing in little stages, and that's fine, and it's part of the journey and part of the ride, and you're taking your time. And I think that's so important in the world we live in now, to just know that it's not big results immediately, everything done and dusted, boof, boof, boof. No, it's all about the ride. The ultimate winning line is death, and the ultimate race and journey is life. So enjoy the life bit. Don't worry about the finishing line. You know, once it's done, it's done. You just have to come up with something else to do. So enjoy the process. And that's how you make a mojo bag.